Just a warning, we're going to get a little nerdy in this one, and we might be using math. How's it going, everyone? My name is Dan, and today we're going to be talking about a very unique feature found only in a few models of Alpine amplifiers. I'm, of course, talking about dynamic peak power. What exactly is dynamic peak power? Well, dynamic peak power, or DPP, is an amplifier feature that intelligently adjusts the gain to adapt to musical needs. DPP prevents the amp from clipping by supplying up to double the power for sudden dynamic sounds. DPP ensures that music sounds the way it should at high volumes and boosts the amp to double its power without increasing its size. DPP can be found on all our new KTA Power Pack amplifiers. This includes the KTA 200M, the 450, 30MW, and 30FW. Now let's dive a little deeper as to how DPP works and how it's different than other amplifiers. The main difference is going to be found in the power supply. Every amplifier has some sort of power supply that converts the 12 volt DC that your car has to AC voltages that drive your speakers. This is a very simple explanation, but stick with me on this. Traditional amplifier power supplies are designed to provide a fixed voltage. This can be plus or minus 40 volts or plus or minus 60 volts, and that is rated voltage peak to peak. No matter what the signal or music type is being played, the limit is going to be the voltage from the power supply. When the signal is beyond the limit of the power supply, that's when you get distortion or clipping. This is why amplifiers have gain adjustment, but that's a topic for another day. DPP-enabled power supplies are capable of adjusting its voltage output to a higher output for brief moments dynamically. This not only eliminates possible distortion, but gives you more power. This is how we're able to rate the wattage of the KTA amplifiers with an RMS rating and a DPP rating. Now, how do we get those ratings? Well, this is the math part. Here's a screenshot from an oscilloscope from some early testing that we did on the KTA 450. This test was done with a 20 millisecond burst sine wave, followed by 480 milliseconds of signal at minus 20 dB. This is very similar to a dynamic recording of music. We also ran the same signal on the KTP 445U, which does not have DPP. Both amps have load resistors and a stable 14.4 volts from a bench power supply. The blue line is the KTA 450, and the yellow line is the KTP 445U. Let's zoom in a little bit and get a closer look. As you can see, the KTP 445U is clipping, showing that we have reached the limit of the power supply. However, the KTA 450 is not clipped and is outputting a much higher voltage. Now, using this formula, we can now calculate exactly what kind of wattage we're getting out of these amps. First, we'll start with the KTP 445U. We plug in all of our values and see that this amp is giving us about 56 watts. That is per channel. Not too bad for an amp only rated at 45 watts. Now let's see what the KTA 450 is delivering with DPP. 126 watts. That's 26 more than the 100 watts rated at DPP. 76 more than the rated 50 watts at RMS. Pretty impressive for an amp that is this small. What all does this mean for you? Think of it like this. An amp with a traditional power supply might only be able to go to 10. You might want to go to 11, but the amp will be clipping. With DPP, you can take it to 11. Keep in mind that DPP is also on the KTA 200M, and you can mount either the 450 or the 200M on the back of either the ILX W650 or the ILX 407, and what we call power stacking. If you're looking for even more power or something weatherproof, the KTA 30FW and 30MW also have DPP. So that is two different 4-channel and two different mono amps, all with DPP. So no matter what kind of system you're building, Alpine's going to have you covered. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you made it this far in the video, even after that scary math part, please go ahead and toss it a like. While you're down there, make sure you're subscribed to the Alpine TV YouTube channel. If you want to learn even more about power stacking, go ahead and check out this episode of Inside Look. Once again, my name is Dan, and we'll see you in the next video.